afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Career Development series. I'm Emily Joseph, and I'll be your host for this afternoon session. On this Transformational Tuesday, we'll discuss personal branding and professional communication. As you're all familiar with the saying, first impressions are usually lasting. Your brand is important, guys. It can make you and it can certainly break you. Throughout the session, be sure to drop your questions in the chat and we'll address them in our question and answer segment. We all have questions about personal branding and professional communication. What is a personal brand? How to build one? What does my social media presence communicate? How to identify and articulate my strengths and, of course, experiences. Not forgetting, how do I stand out in the lineup against other candidates in an interview? This session will definitely bring clarity. Our presenter, Avalon Gomez, is a business owner, a personal brand strategist, a mentor, and a leading voice in women empowerment space with 10 years of experience in brand marketing. Her known expertise as a brand marketing mogul and thought leader is consistently used to drive women forward to a successful career and personal development. Avalon has worked with brands such as Canto Caribbean, US Embassy, Eastern Credit Union, Digital TT, Bank Employees Credit Union, TWCU, to name a few. She's also the brand manager for Nadia Batson. She's passionate about sharing her knowledge on building community, entrepreneurship, personal branding, while poised in entrepreneurial advocacy and empowerment. Avalon is also the founder of a non-profit organization, Empower Her TT, an organization focused on creating economic opportunities for women through entrepreneurship and community empowerment. An exceptional impact leader, a visionary, she enjoys reading, looking at Nigerian movies, women empowerment events, and long beach days. She was named a Global Young Leader at the age of 19, also named a COVID-19 hero in the year 2020. She was featured in Newsday, Express, Women's Magazine, CNC3, TTT, ACM Caribbean. Guys, help me to welcome Miss Avalon Gomez.
Hi guys, thank you very much for that warm welcome, Emily. Thank you everyone for attending. Thank you to the UE team for having me today. And if you all will allow me, I will just share my screen so we could start the presentation. Okay. So today we'll be discussing personal branding and professional communication. A lot of people always wonder, what is personal branding? What is this personal brand thing people always speak of? Well, we all have a personal brand. We are a personal brand. It's just how we choose to develop that personal brand. Your personal brand is your unique combination of skills, experiences, and your personality that you would want the world to see. It is the telling of your story and how it reflects your conduct, your behavior, your spoken and unspoken words and attitudes. It's your expertise, right? Your personality and how you present this to the world. What your personal brand is, guys, is your reputation. So we have this personal brand. What is personal branding? Personal branding, simply put, is how you promote your personal brand. After you know your expertise, you know all your characteristics, you have personality, and you could clearly communicate that, then what do you do with it? You have to know how to promote that to the world, how to show up as your authentic self. And that is what personal branding is. Somebody else cannot give you personal branding. They could just merely coach you into developing your personal brand, because your personal brand is you. And the only person that could develop you, it's yourself. Yeah? So why should we focus on building this personal brand? Your personal brand is vital to you professionally. Forbes said that 67% of persons who have decided to define and develop their personal brand has been more successful. So personal branding gives you the opportunity to ensure that people see you the way you want them to, instead of in ways that they will just come up with in some detrimental way. We all know now that we live in a digital age, the age of social media. People take out their phone first for everything. It's important that we develop the brand of us the way we would want people to see. Building a personal brand also gives you the opportunity to highlight your strengths and your passions. It helps people believe they know you better. And we all know if people think they know you better, they connect with you more, they trust you more. Even if they've never met you, people will trust you more because you communicate clearly your values. Another benefit of building your personal brand is you are seen as the expert in your field. You attract much more opportunities because you are seen as the expert and people trust you. You also get to control the narrative. We know that people love judging people first, but when you clearly determine what you want to be known for and how you want to be seen, and you show up as that person, that's how people see you. All right? Building a personal brand is also a major career booster. Even for persons that will want to get into entrepreneurship sometime, building a personal brand will help you connect more with your clients or customers, and in return, get more sales. So how do we build a personal brand? We have to start with the key thing, figuring out who you are. Who am I? What motivates me? What do I like? What I don't like? What triggers me? What lowers my energy? What things, spaces, or people raises my energy? We have to really dig deep to find out who we are as a person. And sometimes this is the most difficult question. We could answer anything else, but let somebody ask, like, who are you? And we're like, I'm not sure. Well, we just say our name, I'm Avalon Gomez, but no, really, who are you? What do you like? What drives you? What motivates you? What are you passionate about? Gain clarity around you, and you'll be off to a very good start in building your personal brand. But let's get deeper into some steps to really build a personal brand as professionals. Figure out what you are passionate about. Right? Clarify your strengths. We know even in interviews, they would always ask, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? So clarify your strengths, identify your values. Set clear goals and a clear plan. So these goals are goals for your professional or personal career and life. What would that look like? 5-10 years down the road, how would you want to be seen? How would you want to show up? What does that life look like? Visualize that and set that goal and a clear plan to get there. Grow your social footprint. Social media and the digital space is a very integral part of building a personal brand. Everybody goes to social media now before to find out about somebody. We Google everything. We go to Facebook, we go to LinkedIn, we go to Instagram just to see how this person shows up online. See if we could find out anything about them. So it's very important that you take time to grow your digital spaces, to highlight the values and the strengths and the things that you want to be known for. Tell your authentic story. We are not the same. My story will be different from your story. Your story will be different to the persons next to you, right? You have to be able to tell your authentic story. So I've stumbled among many people that would say, well, my story isn't worth telling, or it's kind of boring, or maybe I've been through some trauma. It doesn't matter what your story is. There's somebody out there that wants to hear your story. Your story will help you connect to other persons. Whether it's one person, that person will be able to get through life or connect with you more through your authentic story. So never hide your story. Determine what you want to be known for. What do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known as a motivator? Do you want to be known as a public speaker? Do you want to be known as the marketing guru? Do you want to be known as the head sales professional? You need to decide what you want to be known for. And once you have that down packed, you would have a clear idea of how you have to show up or how you will want to show up. Because everything you do, the way you dress, the way you speak, the content you post, needs to align with who you are and what you want to be known for. Another step is researching your industry. Whatever industry you might be in, be sure to research your industry, research the leaders in your industry, see the type of content they are posting, see the way they are showing up, their tone, how they dress, how they articulate themselves to the outside world. And you're not researching them to copy or duplicate what they are doing and how they are doing it, but merely to be inspired and see ways in which you could fit in your industry. So networking. Networking is a key step in building your personal brand. Meet new people. If you hang around the same people all the time, then you would not get in any new spaces. You would not elevate. You need to align with people, or at least network with people that are in spaces that you want to be in. There's nothing wrong with that. We know there's a popular saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room. Always be sure to be in spaces where you could learn something or gain opportunities. The last step is having an elevator pitch. So what is an elevator pitch? An elevator pitch is merely a short statement about yourself. Every time you go to a networking event, you have an interview, the first question somebody asks is, tell me about yourself. And most times, most persons start to stutter. They're like, my name is Avalon Gomez. I'm 35. I have a son. And we just start to list things as if we are not sure of who we are. But part of building your personal brand is being clear on who you are and what you have to offer and what you're passionate about. So creating an elevator pitch helps you articulate and share this clearly. Under a minute, I would say 35 seconds, you'll be able to say, well, my name is Avalon Gomez, and I'm really passionate about helping women define who they are and owning their power so that they could walk boldly into their purpose. And from that statement, the person you're speaking to will know, okay, your name, what you're passionate about, and the spaces you want to show up in. If you take too long to tell people who you are, you lose them. So whether it's an interview, you'll lose the interviewer. If it's a client, you already lost your client because you're taking too long to just say who you are. And if you're not clear about who you are, nobody will trust you to be clear about what you will bring to the position or the space. All right. And guys, as we go along, if you have any questions or anything, you can share it with the host, and we'll have a question and answer segment after. So you've heard me said a lot during the presentation so far about strengths, skills, characteristics, knowing who you are. I call these the elements of a personal brand: your personality, your skills, your talents, your strengths, values, beliefs, passions, and traits. And they are all different. Your personality characteristics. Who are you? Are you extroverted? Are you introverted? Are you a kind person? Are you creative? Do you like arts? Right? Are you an extroverted introvert? Really sit with yourself someday and ask yourself, like, what is my personality? And it needs to be the thing that is most natural to you. It cannot be something that you are forcing or that you are doing just because you want to fit into a space. That is the wrong way to build a personal brand. Do not do anything or show up in any way just to fit into any spaces. Once you be your authentic self, people will love you and they will welcome you into spaces just as you are. Remember, we all can have the same personality. We all can be extroverts. We all can be funny. So we need to decide what is our personality. So you ask yourself, what is my personality? Am I really excited to go outdoors? Or do I prefer to stay inside and watch a movie all the time? Right? What does a fun day look like to me? What is my ideal day? Your skills. What are your skills? Are you a negotiator, a true leader, natural born leader? Are you always organized? Your desk is always well packed. You have to list everything. You have to write everything. Like me, organization is one of my main skills because I write everything, because I believe once you write something down, you'll never forget it. I list everything. I have to-do lists every day. I put everything on my calendar. Even if it is to return a call, I put it on my calendar. So I believe organization is one of my key skills, right? Is it critical thinking? Are you a responsible person? Are you the person in the group or for the group project that people know, okay, we know she will take notes. We know he will take notes. We know for a fact that this person will have the project and bring it to class the day we have to present. They wouldn't lose it or leave it in the living room and have the dog rip it up, right? This person very responsible. Are you that person? Are you the person that somebody could send into a room and you coming out of that room with a win because your negotiation skills are top tier? Are you that person? So you really have to dig deep and say, well, who am I, right? Talents. Now, talents are natural. Art. Are you good at sports, photography, writing, cooking, things like this? Like, what are you good at? Right? Your strengths. Are you focused? Can you lead? Are you a developer? Think about what your strengths are. And in trying to find out these things, it would also help you in your interviews, because now when somebody asks, well, what is your strength? You wouldn't just say one thing over and over. You will clearly know now what are your strengths, your values. Are you loyal, honest, dependable, and a positive person? Ask yourself, what are my values? Beliefs. Beliefs are things like you believe in God, your faith, or higher power, or even self-beliefs. Self-beliefs, do you believe that meditation is important to remain calm? Do you believe in always lighting sage on 11/11? What are your beliefs? All these things make up who you are. It might sound crazy, but all these things make up who you are, right? Your passions. Are you passionate about entrepreneurship? Right? Self-care, meditation, entertainment. Are you big on family? Really dig deep and find out what your passions are. Traits, your mode of dress, your habits, your features. How you dress says a lot about your personal brand. Your mode of dress is one of the easiest ways for people to just see parts of your brand or who you are or parts of your personality without you having to say anything. And I'll always use myself as example, right? I'm a suit girl. So anybody who knows me knows for a fact, once you invite me somewhere, I'm going to come in a suit. There is no dress down for me. I am always going to come in a suit. If you say, well, it's a casual, so my friends would say, and please come casual. And I would say, okay, so I'll put on a sneakers. But I am in a suit for sure. If I do not wear a suit, I'm definitely in a blazer because it needs to be tailored. That is part of my personal brand. That is part of my personality. I just love that look. So you need to decide, so, okay, what is my mode of dress? What type of dress or style really matches my personality? If you're a creative, then you know plenty colors, patterns, things like that will really go with your personality, right? So you need to just decide, like, what does this look like? What do I look like? What are my habits? What are some of the things I really like to do? What are some of the things I've learned to do that I probably need to unlearn in order to build an effective professional personal brand? Personal branding really takes time because you have to know you deep. You have to know you. It's like you're building a relationship with yourself. You know, when we're dating, we get to know the person. We know their favorite color. We know what foods they like. We know what they wouldn't like us to do or what they would like us to do. So it's like dating yourself, getting to know you, all right? So strengths, skills, talents, I know you're probably saying, but isn't all kind of the same? Or can't my strength be my talent, be my skill? So how do we identify and articulate them? I've created a workbook to help you really define all the elements that we have just went through. So all 8 elements, I've created a workbook that dives deeper into really finding out what your strengths are, what your skills are, what your personality characteristics are. And at the end of the workbook, it will prompt you to select 3 of each that you want to really define in order to build your personal brand. It's not about defining every aspect of you. It's about knowing every aspect of you, but really choosing the key ones that you want to share with the world, that you want to really articulate to your colleagues, persons online, persons offline. All right. So I'm not sure, Emily, would you upload? Right. So they just uploaded the workbook. So you all can download the workbook, and this will help you really with your strengths, skills, talents, and really zoning into the ones that you want to share with the outside world. So standing out. A lot of people think that standing out is about being loud, but no. Standing out doesn't mean you have to be the loudest person in the room. Standing out doesn't mean you have to wear neon green in the room just because so that people could notice you. Ways to stand out in an interview or in the office or amongst your peers, you have to be authentic. People see through fakeness. People see through facades. You need to be authentic. Just be you. All right? You need to be authentic. Make your message very clear. What are your values? What do you stand for? What could you bring to this position? Interviewers want to know what you could bring to this position. How would you benefit their organization? Right? What are your values? Share your values. How you show up. How were you dressed for the interview? Right? Did you wear a suit with 2 different colors? Did you wear all black? Did you wear a nice dress with stockings, or did you wear a dress very short without stockings? How you show up says a lot about you. From the time persons see you, they have already judged you based on what they see. And most time when you go to an interview, they have already Googled you or searched your Instagram. So you need to really always ensure that your messaging is clear, you're being authentic, and you're really showing up the way you want to be seen, right? Develop your online presence. Now, this is very important, guys. Personal branding is not mainly online. However, your online plays a very important part. What you post online says a lot about who you are. The names you choose for your online profiles says a lot about who you are. The platforms that you are on says a lot about who you are, all right? Add your personality. People want to see you. You walk into an interview, just relax, be yourself. Your resume. So a resume should not be more than 2 pages. An interviewer wants to quickly go through your resume. They want to be able to grasp who you are and what value you bring and what are your qualifications from your first page. The second page is more for them to just get details about the schools you attended and your references. Make it clear and make it really concise. All right. Don't forget to download the workbook, guys. It will help you a lot in really getting to know who you are and on being able to create a clear, authentic messaging for your personal brand. So communicating your personal brand, because we've been through all this work, because it takes work. I'm not going to lie and say it is easy. It takes work and it's constant work. Your personal brand is you constantly working on yourself. You constantly evolving, because as the world evolves, you also have to evolve with the world. So there are 5 P's in communicating your personal brand. Personal, and make sure and write this down, guys. Personal, pointed, purposeful, prioritize, and then profitable. Because there's no way we could sugarcoat it. Let's be real. Once you build an authentic personal brand, you will get more opportunities, which will make you make more money. More impact equals more income. When you become the go-to person, when you become the valuable leader that everybody run to, of course you'll make more money whilst living in your purpose. All right, so take note of the 5 P's. They're personal, pointed, purposeful, prioritize, and profitable. So social media is forever. This is where it gets really exciting, because we know we use social media very loosely. I said social media is forever because it doesn't matter if you post and delete. I don't ever think things delete from social media, because you have no idea who has already munched it, who have already taken a snapshot, saved it. Things don't delete from social media. Let me give you all an example. I saw on Twitter some months ago, I'm not sure if any one of y'all saw it. I saw on Twitter some months ago that a guy posted that he applied to Harvard and he got denied. And they literally told him it was because of a tweet that he posted 5 years before his application that he deleted. He already deleted. However, somebody saved the tweet. What you post on social media is forever. And sometimes we use social media very loosely. We get involved in conversations that could really be detrimental to our personal brand and our professional image. So we need to be mindful of what we post, what conversations we are involved in, what trends we take part in. Also, we need to be very mindful of our social media handles. What's our Instagram name or Facebook name? Because all these things, if somebody Googles you, your Instagram comes up, your Facebook comes up. So don't think that somebody only has to go on Facebook to find your Facebook profile or on Instagram to find your Instagram profile. No. Once someone Googles you, even things that are no longer valid or things that you haven't even remembered will come up. So it's very important in building your personal brand and to control this narrative that you be mindful about what you post, and also take note of what other persons post about you. Because remember, personal branding is also about protecting your reputation. And most times we can't always control what people say or what people post, but there's a way on Google that you can put alerts on your name. So whenever somebody posts something about you, you get a Google alert. So you will be able to go there now and see if you want to remove it or ask them to remove it, or if you're okay with it and want it to stay on your name. Because your name is what you have, all right? And the world is getting very digital. The world is changing. It's not going back. This is the new normal. And your personal brand is what would make you excel in all areas of your life. All right. So some online communication channels that we can use. There's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google, your website, and your email address. Be mindful of what you use as your Facebook name. Just use your name, your full name, Avalon Gomez, and that's fine. It will be easy for persons to find you, all right? Your Instagram handle, make sure it's short, it's easy for persons to find, it's easy for persons to spell, and it's easy for persons to share. And make sure it's an appropriate Instagram name, please, guys. This is very important in building your online professional brand. your Twitter. Now we know Trinidad Twitter is a very loose space. I would call it a loose space. It's just too much for me. A lot of people use Twitter merely for Trini drama or all types of drama. You don't always have to be involved in this. I mean, it is one of the easiest ways to probably go viral, but you need to decide, what do you want to go viral for? And this comes with asking yourself, what do I want to be known for? Not every conversation you have to be a part of. If it really does not align with who you want to be known for, your values or your career, then you don't need to be part of the conversation. You could literally laugh in private. You could laugh in private. Laugh amongst your friends, laugh amongst your peers, keep it offline. Because it could be simple as you posting your opinion about something on Facebook or Instagram, and it rubs somebody the wrong way, and they take this and they broadcast it all over, and it goes viral, and it really sheds a dark light on your personal brand. All right, YouTube. So a lot of persons with personal brand lately are looking at the YouTube space. Maybe they want to be bloggers, they want to be influencers, they want to share their journey. They want to share valuable information, or they are educators. Building a YouTube channel really helps with this. Okay? Your LinkedIn. LinkedIn is like having a resume online and really networking for professionals. I love LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the perfect space for us professionals to show up. It allows you to share value. It allows you to really connect with other professionals. It allows you to connect with other people that you might want to work with. It allows you to seek jobs. It allows people to also find you and your value. So building a LinkedIn profile is very important in building your personal brand. Google, as I would have mentioned before, set some Google alerts on your name, because there are some people who might post things or involve you in conversations or content that does not align with who you want to be and your personal brand. So you want to be sure that you are on top of this. All right? Your website. According to the field you're in, you would want to have a website for your either personal brand or your business. I would always advise people that even if having a website isn't a goal now, secure your domain name. Secure your domain name. So in the future, when you decide that you want a website, your domain name is available. I've seen it. I'm not sure if you all saw the trend now. There are a lot of Subway TT, RBC TT, Republic TT, things like that. But the said brands didn't create this profile. So now if they want these profiles, they literally have to go and pay these people to get their profiles with their own names. Isn't that unfair? And that's why we have to stay on top of our brands. Because yes, these people they are posting content and they are getting a lot of traction, but none of the content they are posting are on brand to what the brand really stands for. And if, let's just use Subway TT, if Subway had to contact one of those profiles and be like, hey, I really need this profile, and I was the owner of the profile, I mean, nothing less than $15,000, because you're supposed to think about this before me. Your marketing team is supposed to be on top of this. So I will always advise people, secure your domain names. It doesn't matter if you are going to use it right away. You might need it in the future. Secure your domain names. That is part of protecting your brand. Right? So username horrors. Now we're young. Well, we're still young, but we have been younger, where we had emails like, toosexy868 at Hotmail. So just imagine you're applying for a marketing lead job, and the recruiter, the person who has to collect all these email addresses, they see this toosexy868 at hotmail.com, and you just apply for marketing lead. They are going to talk about that in the office for days, 4 days, because is really the audacity. Is really the audacity, but we have all been there. We have all been there straight out of school. You know, you want an email address that, you know, you think real hot. No. As professionals, we really need to fix that and have some professional email addresses. Also Hotmail. Gmail is a more professional platform for your email address, all right? So use a Gmail address, use your name. If your name isn't available, add a number, like a number of your date of birth or a street address, something. Just add on something if your name isn't available. But your names, you'll have some really nice names and your name will do fine. Avalon Gomez at gmail.com. Perfect. When I was creating Avalon Gomez at Gmail, it wasn't available. And I really like affirmations. So I always use I am for everything. So across the board on all my platforms, you would see that my name is I am Avalon Gomez. That's my name on Instagram. That's my name on my Facebook page. That's my email address. I am Avalon Gomez at Gmail, and spaces like LinkedIn that would just allow a name. It's Avalon Gomez. Instagram usernames. Trini Baddis. I have seen anything I use here, I have seen. All right, I have seen. So Trini Baddis, that's your Instagram name. And you think it's okay because your resume looks really professional and you sent in your professional resume, you applied for the position, and your Instagram shouldn't matter. As soon as HR receives your resume, they go to social media. They go to Google your name. They Google, you go to your Instagram page, they go to your Facebook page, and they're saying Trini Baddis. And you're like at a party every weekend and posting it, right? Posting it publicly to stay on your profile. Or I had this friend once, he was literally hanging out a car, drinking, hanging out the car in a video, and he posted it on his profile. And 2 weeks after that, he had his visa appointment and he got denied. He got denied because of the video of him hanging out the car, drinking alcohol, driving from Maracas. That's how important your social media profiles are. You don't own your social media handles, and this is why it's important to have a website. You own your website. Whatever you post on your website, blog, content, videos, anything that is yours, that will create traction for you. Instagram, Facebook, these platforms belong to Mark. Whatever we post there belongs to Mark. It is just ours. We are just merely using it for a period of time. We don't own anything on there. All right, so we have to really be careful about the things we use for our email names and also for our Instagram and Facebook handles. All right, some persons love using their personal name. Some people know that they want their brand. They have a professional brand now, like a business brand, and that brand has a name and they would want to use that name. All that is fine, that's okay. Just we're building professional brands, so let's really keep it professional. We already know as Caribbean men, as Caribbean women, we are sexy. We don't need to put that in our emails. We are very sexy, and we know Trini's we're the baddest. We don't need to put that in our names. This is understood. We just need to keep it professional across the board. All right, guys, and I know the social media aspect, you all will have a lot of questions, so please don't forget, just put all your questions in the chat and we will answer them after the session. So this seems really important. Why do we have to be so careful on social media or online spaces and building our personal brand? Intentionally creating a digital personal brand reduces the risk of misinformation, right? It's about bringing and showcasing who you are to what you do, and how you do it. So when students, professionals, adults, anybody build their unique brands, they're not only marketing their skills, achievement, and strengths, but also your personality, your values, and your passions. The way students or professionals or anyone are perceived online is referred to as their digital personal brand. So if you want to be known as the lead, you want to be a coach, and you want to be known as the top coach, the best place to do that is online. You need to share as much, because you can tell as much people, hey, I'm a really good life coach, and this is what I do, and this is what, and you can tell the person that. Once you start articulating that online, on your online profiles, and really sharing value around coaching and life coaching and the benefits, then you become the leader in that space. Once you can share value online, persons get to trust you more. And you share your personality and your story, your authentic story, people fall in love with you. They get to trust you. They know, okay, if I want to know about a particular subject, or if I'm looking for a coach or a mentor, then I know for a fact it is this person, because I've seen the type of content he or she shares over the past few years or over the past months. I've seen the kind of value they add, plus they show up as themselves. I see their personality shine through. You know, they're warm, they're welcoming. So you will be the person that is trusted to really get the job, to get the client. So it's all about really controlling your digital personal brand in the aspect of reducing the risk of misinformation. All right. Some persons have the same name. Some persons have the same name. It might be locally. It could be in the Caribbean, or it could be abroad. Some persons have the same name. So really and truly, with creating an online space and your online content that matches you, you get to reduce the risk of misinformation that could probably be the other Avalon Gomez. It's not you, but someone sees that Avalon Gomez did so, and they come to you. Is this you? It happens a lot with professional brands, with business brands. Like, is this you? And you now have to go and explain and do damage control. But if you really take the time to build your digital spaces and your digital platforms and really put the information that you want people to see, then it will be a little bit easier in reducing the risk of misinformation. Right. So we have some tips on building your personal brand. We know the steps, but here's a few tips. Keep it simple. It's not to overcomplicate the situation. Your brand is you. It's supposed to be natural. It's just like really defining you. It's like just taking something and chiseling you to make you a more defined you. Invest in your development, and you already do that because you're at UE. So you all are invested in your development. What key aspects are including in your personal brand, right? Find that out and develop it. Is public speaking a key aspect of your personal brand? Do you want to be a motivational speaker? Do you want to be an educator in whatever field you decide to pursue? Then you will want to also develop these aspects of you. If it's public speaking, you'll want to go and take a course. If it's really coaching, then you might want to get a coach first, so then you can become a coach or you get certified as a coach. So really invest in your personal development. Share your expertise online. We don't have to keep information. Share it. The more you share information, free value, the more people will trust you and the more people will come to you. You share a lot of free information, people come to you to pay for information. All right? Because if you share this value, they will be there wondering, like, I wonder what else this person has to share, right? Get a mentor. Get a mentor if you need some guidance in building your personal brand or in just navigating life or business. If you think you're at the point where, you have been through stuff and you have conquered and you could mentor others, then start mentoring others. Share more of you with the world. Connect others. When I say connect others to situations and opportunities. That would not dim your light. That would actually help you and your personal brand. Do speaking engagements, presentations. In the office, most persons don't like to speak in meetings. or they don't like to present. They just want to be quiet. They just want to go to the meeting and get out of the meeting. No, if you're in the meeting, ask one question. Ask one question all the time. You will be remembered. Share your insights about something. You would be remembered. Be innovative. Have group projects in the office. If there's no department that would really plan things for the office, that's a key way of really showing people your personal brand and who you are, what your values are, what you're passionate about. You're passionate about, let's say, breast cancer, and you know October is coming. So you start to plan something for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you present it. You gather everybody in the office and say, hey, let's wear pink. You know, you just find ways to really show up in your space, not only online, but also offline in your office, at your job, that people could see, hey, I know her values, I know his values, I know what they stand for. Network, very important key. Talk to other people, meet other people. When you go to an event, go to the event alone. We like carrying friends. If somebody invites you to a networking event or a business event, we always carry a friend. But when you carry a friend, all you will do all day is talk to that friend or stay next to that friend. Just imagine if you go alone. You have no choice but to say hi to somebody else. You have no choice but to speak to a stranger. You never know, you might see somebody who you haven't seen for a very long time. Or you might not, and you might really just have to speak to a stranger, and that's okay because you have just met somebody new. And we have no idea what value we could bring to other persons or what value persons could bring to us until we actually get to meet them. So network and meet other people. A very important part of also building your personal brand is your positioning statement. So what is this positioning statement? It's a short professional pitch you can use to give people an idea of your skills and aspirations, as we have discussed before. It is also the best way to answer the question that starts off most hiring interviews: tell me about yourself. So earlier on in my slides, we would have touched on this. So I wanted to dive deeper in it. Tell me about yourself. So just imagine going into an interview next week after your personal brand session, and you have gone through your workbook and you know your values, your strengths, your talents, your skills, all these lovely things. I know your positioning statement will be top tier, it will be on point, right? So to dive deeper into the positioning statement, you ask yourself questions. It's your why, your who, your what, and your how. Write that down, guys. Why, who, what, how. Short answers for each. Short answers for each, and then you combine it to really create your positioning statement or your personal brand statement. Anybody you meet and they ask who you are, I want you to be able to just off the bat, just rattle out who you are. So whatever the opportunity is, you will grab it. You will be secure for it. Let me tell you all the benefits of building a personal brand. When you build a personal brand, people come to you more because you become the expert. Remember, you become the expert, you get more opportunities. So when you get these opportunities and you are seen as the expert, you want to be able to also show up like the expert and talk like the expert. So you don't want that this person thinks you're the expert and you get this amazing opportunity, but then you're fumbling on who you really are and what you stand for. So that's a little homework. When you all finish class and you'll have time, be sure to come up with a positioning statement, right? Well, after you do your values and stuff like that. So personal branding shows your communication skills, your personality, and your passion. It also places you one step ahead of the competition and positions you as a go-to expert in your field. It attracts unlimited opportunities. If you're in one space or you're in one industry, building a personal brand doesn't only allow you opportunities in that industry. Back back in the day, years ago, people always thought that influencers only, and when I say influencers, ones that brand themselves as influencers or bloggers, are the only persons that brands will go to really influence or get their message out there. But times are changing, and now brands are going to more professionals. They are going to anyone that is clear about their messaging and really owning their space in the digital space. Clear about your messaging, sharing value online, showing your personality. Brands are coming to you. It is no longer where brands are only going to influencers. So you could be just a professional, minding your business in your job, or you're an entrepreneur and you're just running your business, but you're sharing your value online, you're showing up, people trust you, they're engaging with your content all the time. Brands see that. And that's an opportunity for you. That's another source of income, because a brand could approach you just to create content for them or to make a video, be part of their ad. And now you're the professional. You're not an influencer, but you're very influential. You're very impactful. So brands want that. So brands are looking for us professionals. So in 2022, I want you all to be open to all these opportunities. No more closed doors. Be open to all these opportunities. And with building a personal brand, it will help you get all these opportunities. You share value online and offline, and you become the go-to expert. Every time people think about a particular subject or topic, they come to you. They need somebody to guest speak on the particular topic, they come to you. They need somebody to train persons on the particular topic, they come to you. You might not be a teacher, you might not be an educator, you might not be a public speaker, but they see you as the go-to person in that industry, in that field. So they will come to you to ask the questions. All right, so guys, we have come to the end of my presentation. I know it was a lot. I do hope that you all took some notes about the 5 Ps and really on some of the steps in building your personal brand, because it will help you in your professional career and your personal career. So now I'm open to questions and we could really connect.
And Avalon, we really thank you for taking the time to share your expertise with our students and information. It was so beneficial. Even I myself was able to take some notes. I have a few takeaways as well, as you mentioned, the 5 Ps for communicating your personal brand, being purposeful, prioritizing, personal, pointed, and of course, profitable. And how important it is for us to secure our domains on all social media platforms, all as much as possible. Yes. Thank you for attending, and we will see you all on Future Friday. Enjoy your afternoon.